everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shaughnessy, and here we discuss fragrance, beauty, and wellness. So if you simply like to have a good time and like my vibe, subscribe. So today's video is an exciting one for me. I am going to be reviewing the entire range except for one of Ariana Grande's fragrances. So I don't have the limited edition Frankie, but I do have all the other ones. And I just want to say before I start the review, I have watched some videos of people reviewing Ariana Grande, and it's like some of the more adult viewers, you know, they seem like they don't really want to be talking about Ariana. And then you have the younger ones who are just like, oh my God, Ari. They love everything Ari. But I'm just going to say, I do like Ariana Grande as an artist. I like her music. I've been to 2 concerts and I had me a good old time, and I'm in my early 30s and I was jamming just like everybody else. So that just seems strange to me that some people were like, oh, I'm reviewing Ariana Grande, but I really don't want to. But you know, she makes good fragrances. To me, she makes good music. So let's talk about her good fragrances right now. So I'm going to go in order of when they were released. So I have Ari, and it was released in 2015. And this is described as luscious, sexy, and fruity. It also has floral notes, musk, woods, and marshmallow accords. I couldn't find the breakdown of each notes for this fragrance, but if you've watched my channel, you have heard about Ari. I love it. To me, it's a very feminine, sweet, floral, fluffy, marshmallowy fragrance, very flirty. You know, some people I've heard say it's too childish. I don't view this as a childish scent. And anyway, you can wear what you want, when you want, how old you want. Fragrance is subjective. But I wouldn't say, in my opinion, to my nose, that is a childish scent. To me, it's a very girly, flirty scent. I see, you know, you're wearing one of those pretty blouses with the fluttery sleeves, or you're wearing something with some ruffles on. You know, just a very girly outfit. That's the vibe I get from this. Very flirty, like, hello, how you doing? Yeah, that's what this gives me. And I always receive compliments when I wear it. And I truly, you know, for years I passed by her fragrances because I had just, celebrity scents I associated when I was a teenager or in my early 20s. That's when I predominantly wore celebrity scents. So I just moved on. So I missed out on this beautiful fragrance because I just didn't take the time to smell it and give it a chance. So don't be like me, y'all. Check Ari out. And it's moderate projection, moderate sillage. This is not like a beast mode fragrance, but people can smell it. It smells nice in the air, but it's not, people have to be a little closer to you. But when they get closer, you're going to be smelling good. So that is Ari. So what was released next? Next, Sweet Like Candy was released, and this was released in 2016. Now this is new to my collection. I decided to purchase this because I wanted the full line, because I said this would be a nice video to do, and I was curious about this one. So this is described as berries, candies, vanilla fragrance with top notes of sugar, frosted blackberries, fresh Italian bergamot, middle notes cassis cream, marshmallow accord, base notes vanilla, and precious woods. And this one I need to spray because I haven't had it as long, so I haven't used it too much. So yeah, on initial spray, I get sharp berries to my nose. And then I get like a citrus tartness that I'm guessing comes from the bergamot. But I remember as this dried down on my skin that it turned into like a sweet, creamy, berry, powdery fragrance. I would say with an undertone of Ari. Like I got a little bit of Ari in the dry down. And also at one point I was wearing it, it kind of reminded me of Viva La Juicy at one point too. But you know how your nose can just pick up different things, different times you're wearing fragrances. So, but I always got the sharp berry note when I sprayed it. Citrus like berries in the beginning for me. Then the dry down, it was a creamy, powdery, berry sweet fragrance. Now this lasted 4 to 6 hours on me. I did not spray my clothes because I was just trying it out to see how I like the fragrance. So it's not monster, it's average to me. The projection and sillage and wear time, it's average. Ari, I forgot to mention, it lasts 6 to 8 hours on my skin, and that's spraying heavily and on my clothes. So this one is an average performer, but it is a nice creamy berry fragrance, and I do enjoy it. So let's see, next was released Moonlight, and this was released in 2017. And this has top notes of blackcurrant, plum. The mid notes are marshmallow, fresh peony. Base notes, creamy sandalwood, amber, and vanilla. So let me see. Usually I have to always spray this one to smell it. I can't smell it too strongly from the bottle. So let's spray. So this to me is a juicy, syrupy marshmallow. When I initially spray it, I get the blackcurrant and plum with a fresh powderiness. And it kind of, it stays the same. This scent doesn't change on me. And it's very soft. Like even spraying it on this, my test strip. It is very soft, so it has very moderate projection and sillage. This spraying heavily on my skin and my clothes. And do I have the lotion to this one? Yes, and with the lotion also, layering on top of the lotion, it only lasted 4 to 6 hours where I could easily smell it on myself. But I really like this fragrance. So that is Moonlight. Okay, what was released next? Okay, Cloud was released next, and I think this is the most famous of her fragrances. This was released in 2018, Cloud. And I usually don't have mine in this holder because I do not like it, but I decided for the video to have everything the way it comes packaged. So Cloud is described as a floral, fruity gourmand. And the top notes are bergamot, pear, lavender. Mid notes, coconut, whipped cream, praline, and vanilla accord. Base notes are woody notes and musk. Let's see if I can smell this without spraying. Well, see that's what happens when I have this rubber cloud. I can't smell the fragrance. I just smell that cheap rubber. That's why I don't use it. So when I initially smell this, I get, and I'm talking about on my skin too, I get milky coconuts. It's a lightly, I know some people say this is so sweet to them. This is not, it's slightly, like lightly sweet to me. This is not what I would say, woo, this is so sweet. No, not at all. And I get a soft, like nuttiness on the dry down. So the way I would describe this for me is a lightly sweet, milky, coconut, airy, nutty fragrance. And the name Cloud fits it. It's kind of, I don't want to say transparent in a bad way, but it's a fragrance when I spray myself, I can smell it, and then it's like I can't smell it anymore, but I will receive compliments while wearing this after I can't smell it anymore. And this to me also has moderate sillage and projection for me. It does last 6 to 8 hours, spraying my skin and my clothes. So that is Cloud, and I do enjoy this fragrance, and I know everyone always mentions Baccarat 540. I haven't smelled that, but for this, I would say it's a nice fragrance. It's an easy fragrance to wear, and to me, it does smell different to anything that I had in my collection at the time I purchased it. So that is Ariana Grande's Cloud. Okay, so the next release, I don't have a full bottle. I just have the travel spray, and that is Thank You Next, and that is my jam. Y'all, I'd still be jamming with that song today. Oh, thank you next. So this was released in 2019. It's described as a floral, fruity gourmand with top notes of pear and raspberry. Mid notes are pink rose and coconut. Base notes are musk and macaroons. I smell somewhat, but. And this is the one that I have heard such mixed reviews on this fragrance, and I remember smelling it when it first came out, and I said it's pleasant, it's okay, but it didn't blow my mind. But for this video, I was like, I don't want to, on FragranceNet, they didn't have this at a good price. This was practically, was it more than what it is in the store, or at the same price as Ulta? So I was like, no. So I had Ulta points, so I decided to get the travel spray because, you know, I was unsure about this one. So when I first smelled this to me is milky also. I get like a sharpness in this fragrance and coconut. And when I sprayed it, I could see where people were like, this smells like pickles. I could see where they're going with that. But I'm gonna tell you what I think it is, in my opinion. That sharp note, that, because I think that's the sharpness people are talking about. And when I was looking at the notes and preparing for this video, I think from what I've smelled in some fragrances, when you put coconut and these floral notes, because it's rose in here, and if you don't blend them to perfection, it just does not work for me and my nose and my sense of smell. So this is one, I had some people in my family, I had them smell it on my skin. They said, oh yes, it smells pretty. But just smelling it on the paper and just smelling it on myself, I got that sharpness. I don't think that sharpness is in the air though. Because when I had that, I was, you know, waving and saying, how does this smell on me? They said it smelled pretty and it smelled coconutty and like flowers. So they didn't get the sharpness. So I don't think you get that smell. Like people say, oh, when they say it smells like pickles. I don't think that is what the scent is projecting when you wear it in the air. So when I wore this, I had moderate projection and moderate sillage also. I kind of get that with all of the fragrances from Ariana Grande for me. And this lasted 6 to 8 hours on my skin. I did not spray my clothes with this. So this had the same wear time as Ari and Cloud. Those were the ones that last the longest on me so far, the 6 to 8 hours. So that is Thank You. Next. All right, the last one and the newest release that prompted this video and that everyone is talking about, Ariana Grande's R.E.M. So the packaging on this, like I said in my first impressions, I don't love it, I don't hate it, but I know I'm going to take this out because it's not easy for me to hold. I have smaller hands. I can't be fooling with this and maybe drop it or break it. I don't want that to happen. So we're gonna take it out because this is very loose as opposed to this. This one I had trouble getting out the first couple of times. But this, as you can see, easy peasy. So, latest release 2020, and I must say I do like the color of the bottle. It's like a pinky lilac purple. It's very pretty. Y'all know those are my colors. So this R.E.M. is described as an oriental vanilla fragrance with top notes of quince, fig, salt, caramel. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right. I couldn't find a pronunciation. Zephyr with mid notes of lavender, pear blossom, base notes, tonka bean, musk, and sandalwood. Let's see if I can smell it. I kind of can, but I want to spray it. Okay. So when I first smelled this in my first impressions video, I was like, oh, I'm unsure. And I said, I got lavender, marshmallow, made me think of Cloud. So when I wore it, the more I wore it, the more I smelled it, the more if you're someone who does fragrance review videos, when you are testing out a fragrance, you are paying attention to every little thing so you can try to bring the best review for your audience. So the more I wore it, I picked up that I got salty fig lavender when I first spray it on my skin and smell it. And musk. And then the more it dries down on my skin, I get like a sweet fig creaminess on my skin and the dry down with that musk, like a sweet fig creamy musk. And also when I was wearing it, at first I was like, why in the world? Because I was looking at the top notes, I was looking at the notes period. And I had to look up what Zephyr is, and it's a soft confectionery whipping fruit berry puree with sugar. And I was like, why does this have that note and caramel and tonka bean? And I said, I'm not getting any of the sweetness, because based on those notes, I thought this is going to be, sweet. This to me is not overly sweet. That's the way it reminds me of Cloud. It is not overly sweet. But I will say, the more I wore it and paid attention, especially as it dried down, I got the caramel and tonka bean, and the sweet fig came out on my skin towards the dry down. And the caramel is in the top and the tonka bean is in the dry down, but I get it on my skin when it's, I've been wearing it a little while, and it's like it got sweeter as I wore it. Now, I've heard some people compare this to like a men's cologne. And I think it's that lavender salty fig. When you first spray this, that's what I get. And it doesn't seem super girly to me, but it also doesn't lean masculine, in my opinion. I I wouldn't want to smell this on a guy based on the way it is. To me, I guess it could be unisex, but in my opinion, it's not, to my nose. So the projection and sillage for this was moderate. It did last 6 to 8 hours. And when I say 6 to 8 hours, I'm depending on how you spray. As I sprayed this, one day I wore it, I sprayed it on my skin. I'm a heavy sprayer. I sprayed it on my clothes, and I think some got in my hair. So I got up the next day, you know, get ready to do my hair, and I was like, oh, my hair smells so good. And it was this. So it lasts really well in your hair, because a little bit, just because I don't spray my hair with perfume, a little bit got in my hair, and it lasted, and it smelled really good. Now, this to me is a super soft fragrance. It's one that I would say like Moonlight to me and Cloud. There's not one that I can constantly smell on myself, but I believe others can, but I can't. This is one I would still get whiffs of it if I was moving around, but it felt like if I put my arm up, I couldn't smell it easily. I don't know what it is about that, but it's there. And like I said, I received compliments, and I could still get whiffs of it throughout the day, so I know it's lasting. So it does have good lasting power. So to sum it up of how, because this one was kind of hard for me. This one took some days and thinking and researching and like, what am I smelling? You know, so I could convey it to you all. I've come to realize fig in fragrances is not my cup of tea. And that is what I believe I was smelling on in my first impressions video. But that leaves quickly, because at first the fig is not sweet to me in the initial spray. This is not sweet on me at all. It takes a couple hours for me to get that sweetness to come out on my skin. In the beginning, I get salty, fig, lavender, and musk. And then as it dries down, I get that sweet, creamy fig, caramel, tonka bean. I love the dry down of this. Now, I do stand by what I said about this reminding me of Cloud. Now, do I think it smells exactly like Cloud? No, I don't. Not after wearing it. But out of all of her fragrances, Cloud is the one that this reminds me of the most, because to me, Cloud is not very sweet. Cloud has been said that it's been masculine to some people, even though to me it's not. It's been said it's unisex. That's what people are saying about this one, and I can see where they're going with it, even though to me it's not unisex to me, and it's not masculine for the duration to me. Like Cloud can sometimes be, it smells not overly feminine, but then it sweetens up. And this one does also. R.E.M. does that also. So at the end of my review videos, I always put them in order of my least favorite to my most loved. So let me see, it's 6 of these. So number 6, I would have to say thank you next. And you're going to see a video coming up soon on why this is number 6. And some of you may have guessed it. If you have, let me know in the comments below. But this is number 6 for me. Number 5, I would say is Sweet Like Candy. This is one I can't see myself wearing it on its own, but I've been looking for like a raspberry body fragrance mist, and I'm thinking about using this along with some other fragrances to lightly mist to get that fragrance, because that's what it reminds me of. Like I said, sugary frosted berry scent. So this is number 5. Number 4. This is where it always gets hard for me. Oh my goodness, number 4. Oh. These could be tied. Oh my goodness. I'm going to go with Moonlight at number 4 because I do, whenever I smell this fragrance, I love it. I love the way it smells. But I can't ever smell it on me when I wear it. And that just annoys me. I like to be able to smell myself too. Now, I don't want to smell myself all day because that can get annoying. But I like to get whiffs of myself as I'm moving around. And sometimes, rarely I can with this scent, but then I don't. So, number 4, Moonlight. Number 3... oh Lord, this is hard too. Okay, number 3. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with R.E.M. because it's newer to my collection and I haven't worn it enough. I know I like it. That dry down gives me life. That is my favorite part of this fragrance. I don't love this fragrance on initial spray, but I don't hate it. It's just I like it on initial spray, but that dry down is so good. I'm sorry, y'all, my nose is itching and I don't know why. The dry down, I love it. So I'm gonna, because I don't love it from initial spray, I'm going to put R.E.M. at number 3. Number 2 is going to be Ariana Grande Cloud. I do love this fragrance, but again, this was not love an initial spray for me either. I bought this fragrance because I was hearing it being compared so much to 540 that I was just like, I'm not getting ready to I couldn't find I wasn't about to spend that money to blind buy for that fragrance because to me it's not safe, because I hear either you love it, it's wonderful, or it's disappearing on you, or you hate it. So I was like, I'm not blind buying that one. So I said, let me start off with this. And I did not love it at first spray. This had to grow on me, and now I love it. But yeah, it did have to grow on me. So number 2, Ariana Grande Cloud. And number 1 that I passed by for years, and it was love at first sniff, Ari. I just adore this fragrance. Beautiful blend of a floral marshmallow. I heard some people say it smells like donuts. I can get that too, but I just love it first sniff. Number 1, Ari. And I do love these bottles more than the ones with the holders. So I love the packaging more for these fragrances. So that was my review of the Ariana Grande perfume range. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below telling me what your favorite fragrance is from Ariana Grande. And please turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video. And please share this video with anyone who you know loves Ariana Grande and fragrances just like I do on this channel. And like I always say, if you like my vibe, subscribe. Until next time, bye.